Glad to see you.
Alright, everyone, welcome back to the Road to 100. This is episode 65, I believe. So, this evening or today, or whatever time it is for you, thank you for taking some time out of your day to investigate the Howling Pits and the dried up trenches here with me a little bit. And today we're going to be running Perseus, as this is kind of the next on the list here of dark willpower gifting blood codes in the game. And you'll notice here that we are paired up with the collateral spur or the suicide spur, paired with the Brionac again. The Brionac is going to kind of be a staple of a weapon. We will investigate other one-handed swords as they are applicable, and some other weapons, but we're going to be mainly going for high drain ratings, so I'll be sure to be showing those and pointing those out as we go. So we're going to be paired up here this evening with Revenant's Greed and Revenant's Hunger. Revenant's Hunger is a increase to the amount of haze you receive when you kill an enemy, and Revenant's Greed increases the chances of items dropped from an enemy when you defeat them. So we'll investigate how considerable that haze difference is there. Now we're going to be in the Howling Pit, so we're going to be going for Ice. Frost Turret, this is kind of fun. Guard of Honor, this will kind of be a quick, as we get into trouble, we'll be able to use this quickly. And Volatile Storm, since that doesn't have a elemental damage setup to it, we'll be able to use it at will, kind of wherever, whenever, on any kind of generic type of enemy that we come across. Obviously, we're going to be paired up with Hunting Feast and Blood-Sucking Blades, and a couple of active pieces here, active consumables there. So we will go ahead and take off Revenant's Hunger, and we'll go for Guard of Honor. So that was 59.67, and here is another Squiddy. So we'll go for Revenant's Hunger, and we'll go for another Guard of Honor. And what is that? 71.60. So 71.60 over 59.67. So it's about a 27.5% increase in your drain, or in your haze increase. So that's pretty nice. It's not the most amazing thing ever, simply because you'll be definitely getting back a lot of haze in the later stars. As you can tell from what we've done already, we're already up to several million, and it's only going to get crazier here as we go. So it's not exactly the most effective way to go about it. Okay, let's go for a charge attack. Since we get massive Ichor, we'll go for a Frost Turret. Now, since we have a lot of enemies here, we'll go for the Slash Gift. Okay. Oops. And the Frost Turret is still going strong out there. That's good. And see, the Frost Turret has a cooldown of 20 seconds, but it lasts for 20 seconds. So as soon as it's out of being used, it comes back right off the cooldown. So you can always have one of them going, which is great. So we'll go for another Frost Turret. And we'll go for a Guard of Honor. We'll dodge this guy. Oh. Let's get a drain. There we go. And it makes it a little hard to see. Now, you can definitely see that these enemies are dropping more items than they normally would. And that's due to Revenant's Greed and Revenant's Hunger. So we're getting a lot more haze a lot quicker. But, again, like I said, in the later sections, you're not really interested in getting too much haze. I mean, I'm interested in getting haze because I want to definitely be, buying every one of every weapon and upgrading it to to all the different chromes in the game that you can have for a weapon. So we're gonna skip this cutscene and we say hello to Mia, even though she's already with us. So the outfit that we're running with her is her alternate, regular alternate. It's like a dark royal blue color, and she's got these really great, really great braids in her hair here, which are pretty cool. I wish you could get this with the white version, but you have to get a mod. You have to get a mod for that. So, I could, maybe I will eventually, but I really like the hairstyle that they chose for her. I mean, she's 18, so is that what a normal 18-year-old would do? I'm not exactly sure, but they gave it to her, and I think they did a good job. Okay, and we can always go for a mobility enhancer to always bring up that extra 10%. So we'll go for a backstab on this guy, so we can get some position here. We'll go for a guard of honor, and go for a slash, and that'll kill him. So Volatile Storm is the little brother of Sands of Depravity. It has about 10 to 15% less damage, but it has a much faster startup time. So it's way faster, which is, I like the faster gifts personally. So we'll go for some Ichor here, if we can get a backstab. Oops. There we go. Okay, so I want to try and get as high Ichor count as we can. Where's another backstab? Okay, good job, Mia. Well, we'll give that one to her. So we can go ahead and get a backstab on this guy. So the reason we want so much Ichor is because when we run Blood Awakening against the other guy over here, we're going to need all the Ichor we can possibly go for. Okay, let's go for a drain on this guy. Oh, okay. Now we can go for a long distance drain on the squids, or the slimes here, which will be kind of nice that we can do this from a distance. We can get our Ichor back up to above 40, and that counts as a drain, and Mia's gonna kill him. That's good. Okay, now this is where Volatile Storm can come in really handy. We can just kill all three of those in one shot, but now we don't have enough Ichor for this guy in here, this bandit guy, but that's okay, to run Blood Awakening with Mia. So we'll do this, and this, and this. We'll just do this through here, and we'll see. Oops, we got hit by something. We'll see what he's gonna do. Oh. Okay, well, that was a mistake. Oops. So death number 1 of the evening, or the day, or whatever it is. So good time to get some water. So this guy, you can do a lot of damage to him very quickly. But since his backstab area is so small, it becomes pretty difficult to find that spot to put him down, so you can have some recovery time in order to make sure that you can get set up and redo some attacks on him. Okay. So this run back here is pretty easy, and especially since we don't have to do any of these enemies along the way here. I mean, we can do this guy maybe, just to go for some backstabs and get us back up to that as high as we can. Now running Perseus with the Suicide Spur, we don't have a whole lot of defenses. Oh, there we go, Old World Materials. This is a great way to farm Old World Materials, simply because you need the Old World Materials to get chromes. So this can be a great way to go about that, is by getting Revenant's Greed and Revenant's Ambition to make sure that you always are getting a lot of items back from the enemy. So we'll go for the Frost Turret. He's gonna explode. Oh, Oh, okay. Well, I don't have any words for that. But Frost Turret is nice because it does crush damage. We have Guard of Honor, which is Pierce, and we have Volatile Storm, which is Slash. So we can definitely cover all of our bases here for the weapon damage types, which is fine. But we can do lightning through here, we can do ice through here, and either one of those will serve us well. However, the ice is a lot more effective versus the big purple dudes, so that's why I'm continually going for ice damage through here, because those guys, you know, they're pretty awful. So if we can get a backstab on this guy, it will definitely make our life a lot easier, but there's no guarantee of that, so we're just gonna do this from a distance here. We'll make him mad, make him come out here. Maybe he can come this way. Okay, he's not too keen on that. Oh, good grief. Let's get the eagle key here. Oh. And where's the backstab? And we're dead. Okay, we'll go for a Guard of Honor. Oh, jeez. So he's kind of like a capacitor as well. He does damage, he does that explosion when he receives enough damage to make himself explode like that. So if he takes too much damage in that interim period phase there, then you know, he just goes ahead and does that explode. It also applies slow to you, so it's even worse. So yeah, this guy will definitely give us a little more problem than he should, but you know, it's not too big of a deal because the executioner will be a little easier than him actually. Ooh, we got this guy. We can get some backstabs from him, load up on some Ichor, and maybe go for Blood Awakening. Okay, cool. And yeah, we'll go for Blood Awakening here. That way our gifts will come out way fast, and we'll get a lot more damage output from this. So, and he's gonna do his little things here, and then he's gonna explode. And we're slowed, and there's no way to dodge that. It's just literally okay. Yeah, that's why this guy is just ridiculous. Okay, Mia's dead too. So a lot of people, what they do is they make him come out and he dashes at you, and when you dodge out of the way of him, he jumps off the edge. So that's just the fast, quick, easy way to go ahead and dispatch him. I actually want to fight him, just for reasons. So the Howling Pit is a pretty easy place when on your second playthrough, if you've gotten the missiles and you know where the moving parts of this place are. It becomes pretty simple in order to you know, make it through here, because there's only a couple areas that you need to visit. It's not very difficult either. Even though I'm making it look difficult here, it's not. So don't have any fears about that. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up and do our thing. All right, and we'll go for mobility enhancer. Okay. We'll go for these. We'll run through, pick up our haze, and we'll come over this way. Okay, he's over here. Now we can hit him through here. And he's going to do that. And that can hit him on the other side there. Oh, we definitely don't want those things coming through the floor. See, here comes one. It's going to hit Mia. Okay. Okay. Okay, we can hit him through here again, maybe. Oh, it looks like he jumped off the wall. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so that guy is a real pain, and you absolutely want to be dodging out of his way every single time that you can. Okay, I'm gonna go for a guard of honor. That'll kill the squid. And we'll go for a volatile storm on these guys, kill them, just so they're not tempted to come after us. And remember, we're going for lots of haze and lots of item drops from these two here. So it again, if you're struggling in the early game, maybe 1 star, and you're not getting enough haze back to actually do upgrades and buy things and have a whole bunch of items. This is a great way to do farming of like invasions or different things like that, so you can get lots of haze back, kind of at will. Okay, let's go for guard of honor. There we go. And then we got the moss covered key. Now, there you go. What is that? Frost turret is just gonna continue over there for a little while, but that's okay. And we got this guy. Now we want to do lightning versus these guys, but that's okay. We can also kill it very quickly. So we got 10,000 haze for this guy, which is kind of crazy, because when you do upgrades and things, some of them are 10,000 just as they are, so it's kind of crazy. Okay, there we go. And this is where Volatile Storm can come in really handy. We'll kill the squids, and then we'll go for this guy. Oh, and we'll go for another Guard of Honor. So the cooldown time on Guard of Honor is very, very quick, which is really great for doing something like this where you're trying to get damage out quickly. So as a dark run here through the pit, we have over 1600 dark gift ability, and so we have a really good drain rating on from blood-sucking blades, as that is a dark scaling number, and so we can make great use of that. So what is our dark value? 1662. That's really good. Okay, let's kill him, since he's gonna... Oh, I couldn't hit him because it was... We'll just let Mia kill him, since it's a tracking based on where they were at the last position. It's not a very good track, but it's definitely a track. So it's kind of neat, but it's kind of a novelty when you're trying to get up to the enemy. Okay, let's go for a knockdown since we're running out of room here. So that's why I kind of don't enjoy Guard of Honor personally when I'm running different builds, simply because it tracks the enemy based on their last known position. It doesn't update real time, which is too bad. But Frost Turret is fairly the same in how the AI controls the projectiles as they come out. Okay, now for the Executioner, you want to be doing Crush, Ice, Lightning, and Blood. So we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to go for Crush Ice, and let's see.
I'll just keep an eye out while you're busy.
Okay, Mia. And let's see. And we can go for Light Thunderbolt Impact, I guess. Oh, that's Mind. No, we're not. We're not gonna be doing that. I guess we'll just go for the big nukes here, and we'll go for Frost Turret, so that way, as the cooldown happens, we will be able to get more Frost Turrets out quicker than we normally would. And we're not going to be doing anything here versus the Executioner, so we can switch these out. That was kind of fun just to see that those actually do give more ichor or more haze and everything, so it's kind of neat. but it's definitely a novelty in and of itself. So we'll go for slow resistance, as that gets us 25 more slow on our defenses here. And every time we dodge effectively and get focused, we'll get 10 more I-Core back. So that should be pretty good. And these are fine. They'll keep us quick mobility, so that's good. Okay. And let's go ahead and head on up.
You can't go ahead on your own.
So we have all Crush and Lightning. That's good. And we could go for a Disremember, but we're going to run Mind and Willpower up to have as much dark value as we can go for, unless we go for like a Dark Shout, but this is what we're going to run for now. Okay, so let's go for Blood Sacrifice.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go for Mia. And let's go ahead and heal up. There we go. And we get another stack of blood-sucking blades from her. And let's get Frost Turret back. Frost Turret, okay. And we'll do this and this. I don't think it registered, but that's okay. The cutscenes always kind of mess you up here with your gifts. Okay, thank you, Jack, for performing your duty as much as you hate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Let's go for... Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay, let's get some I-Core back here. And you can see our cooldown is much faster than, necessary. So there's a second... So she's got 2 Frost Turrets hitting her at the moment. Here's a third one. And we need to get in there for some... oh, sorry, Mia. For some damage here. There we go. We'll go for a nuke here. Oh. And the Frost Turrets are still going at it. So 1436 is not considerable damage, but if you continually get more Frost Turrets out there as they continually have a very, very quick cooldown, you can
really okay.
you can get some crazy amount of Frost Turrets out there, and if you pair it also with Disremember, you can get even more Frost Turrets out there.
I'm on my way.
So let's go ahead and see what that would look like. And since we have a base amount of 30 I-Core, we can comfortably go for Mia's Communal with this kill. Okay, yep, well, here's hoping, right? So Disremember is 10 I-Core, but paired up with Mia, it will be cheaper. And we'll go for Gift Extension just to have a little bit longer here, because we have 2 stacks of Blood-Sucking Blades, plus Drain Activator as well. So let's go for this.
Thanks.
And Mia's Communal. So this will give us more time just to get the kill quickly and effectively. There we go. And back to Frost Turret. Okay, now we should be able to get several Frost Turrets out there all at once. So here we go. Oh, good grief. Here's another Frost Turret. Okay. And then here's a third one. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal. So that's just here's another Frost Turret. And this should end her pretty quickly. There we go. So there you go. Frost Turret Bonanza. So that's kind of how you can, if you can recover the ichor fast enough, something like the Brionac, or through backstabs, or through like a drain ability, then you can get many frost turrets out there simply because pairing up with Blood Awakening reduces your cooldown by, I believe it's 40 or 50%. So instead of the 20-second cooldown, it's 10 seconds or around there. And also, simply because she's weak to crush, and with Disremember, you can get many of them out there. And since she staggers off the crush damage, you can kind of have a built-in crush stagger that's kind of in the background just working for you. So let's go ahead and drink some water as we get back to base here, and then we'll run the trenches.
What was all of that?
That, my friend, was a memory. Don't you remember from when we fought Oliver? I guess Louis has died a couple times since we started the game. Not with us, but maybe he has been out looking for different blood springs, and that's why he can't remember, because he's losing some of his memory every time he dies. So who knows? Okay, so as we head on over to the dried up trenches here, we're going to continue to run Perseus, but we're going to obviously switch up our gifts a little bit. Now see, you can do these kind of out of order. Whoops. As you don't have to do the Despot first and then the Executioner. You can do the Executioner first and then the Despot later. My first playthrough, when I did this game, I did this order. I did the Executioner first, and then I did the Despot later. And I was a little confused because at the time you could actually go to the Executioner first before the Butterfly. So you could do Oliver and then you could do the Butterfly. Then you could do Oliver, and then your second boss could be the Executioner, and then kind of in whatever order there that you wanted to go. So it's kind of strange. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going for Dark Shout, and this is not going to be this. This is going to be Dark Impulse, and we're going to be going for Maintained Focus to reduce the rate at which the focus gauge is consumed over time. Because if we get 50% more damage out of our dark gifts as we are focused, we definitely want to be increasing that amount of time that we have that 50% bonus active. Okay, so then we're going to be going for Elder Contract, Vodnik Mass, and Draconic Stake. Now this will make it difficult for us to be able to actually go through here, since we have 0 AoE. These are all single target damage, so this should be kind of interesting as we go through here. But you'll be able to see here that paired up with Dark Shout, Draconic Stake does 15,436 to these guys, so it's considerable damage. So this will be a lot of just basically gifting our way through here per enemy. So every time we get focused, remember, we get 50% more damage to our dark gifts, and every time we use Dark Shout, we get 50% more damage to our dark gift as well. So that's really important to keep in mind, simply because we will be able to burst down enemies very quickly if that happens. Now, do we even need Dark Impulse or Dark Shout? Almost killed. Almost killed in one hit. So that will push us over the edge. Here's Elder Contract, so 9,500. That's really good damage. Now we'll use Vodnik Mass on this guy.
I see something.
And that was 17,000 on this guy, and it made him have a aneurysm or something. I'm not exactly sure what that was, but that's cool. Okay. Now remember, we don't have any AoE, so this will be a little bit difficult. Okay, so let's go for a Draconic Stake, and somebody's gonna die out of that. Oh, here's this guy. Let's go for some backstabs here. Okay, we'll go for a Vodnik Mass. And we're down to 4 Ichor again, but that's okay, since we can run over here and knock this guy off and get 8 Ichor back on 1 slash attack, which is great.
Easier than I expected.
It was fairly okay. So that is the great thing about switching up your running attacks, your damaging attacks, and so on and so forth, is that you can do, you know, great damage and great I-core return kind of at will. And if we go for a mobility enhancer, obviously we can get way more damage out of our gifts. And we'll burst him down real quick. Now the more gift enhancers we get to you know, accelerate our gifts, the better off we'll be. Because these all 3 of these gifts, the reason I'm running them this evening is because they all have really long startup times. So it's really great to use something that's actually really slow, but at the same time we can make it fast. Now we don't really want to go for backstabs on this guy. I mean, we can and we will, but we definitely want to be going for regular drains or regular strikes. And because our gifts are way more effective than our actual weapon.
Do you see that?
Yep, and we're gonna kill him. So there's only one gift accelerator. Okay, so I don't think I can see. Oh, I can see that guy. So we'll go for a draconic stake. Oh. Now we'll get a drain on this guy. Now, if you notice, my I-core skyrocketed off of a plunge attack. So that's definitely when you're paired up with this kind of a setup and you do a drain attack off of a cliff like that, it's just bonkers damage. Okay. And we'll go for a Vodnik Mass on this guy. And we'll go for a Draconic Stake on this guy. Okay, and then we will, oh, now we're focused, but we're dead. And we have no I-core. And we're dead again, okay. Sorry, Mia. So yeah, we ran out of I-core pretty quick there. But that's okay. We were almost to the middle missile. But you can see that not having any AoE definitely inhibits our effectiveness, which is a problem when you get into these bigger groups and not having anything at a distance like that. It's really problematic. Now we got focus there, but again we ran out of I-core and we ran out of any ability there to actually do something. So that was unfortunate. So let's run over here and get this guy off the edge, and that'll fill us up on our I-core. So we'll go for Dark Shout and an Elder Contract. So since that is a teleporting gift, it has nothing to do with distance. It has just everything to do with, you know, it teleports directly to the enemy. As long as you're locked onto them, you can do the damage. Okay, good. But the others, like Vodnik Mass and Draconic Stake, these have to have a line of sight to the enemy, as you see there. That's the only way that the artifact will travel. Okay, we'll kill this guy. And we have enough for a Vodnik Mass on the big red guy. And we're gonna get hit and die. Now we can't afford to die here. So we'll get some I-core back and a backstab. All of our not so precious phase is on the line here. Go for a Draconic Stake. So you see how long that charge up startup time is there. So we'll go for a Gift Accelerator, a Drain Activator, and a Mobility Enhancer. And we'll go ahead and heal. We'll go for a Dark Shout and Elder Contract. And that should kill. Pretty close to kill. Okay.
Just got worse.
Where is he? There he is. Now we're getting Ichor back pretty effectively there every time we slash him. Okay, and that was a kill. That was good. Okay, we can head on over this way. No, sorry. Over this way.
Did you see that?
Yep.
Enemy overhead.
And we'll go for Hunting Feast. Okay, I guess we'll just go for Gift Prowess here.
Watch our heads.
Oh, come on. Well, at least we're focused now. So the gauge should be going very slow. But every time we attack, it damages us more. Or it takes away focus more. Okay, let's go for... oh, no way. So that was a pretty good amount of damage there. But now we're out of options here. So let's go for all the health, a gift accelerator, a drain activator, and a mobility enhancer. And we'll go for our haze first. And then we'll go directly for this guy. What? Oh boy, we're stuck in a corner. Okay, let's go for a draconic stake. And he's gonna kill. It's the problem with startups. Even though we are typed correctly, running blood in this area, and everybody is extremely weak to blood,
Can you see me?
making it harder than it should be, simply because of the fact that we have very slow cooldowns, and we have very, very long startups on our attack animations for each of the gifts. Okay. Now we can just go ahead and run through here, since we've seen this area pretty easily. And it'll save our Ichor for when we get over to that big crowd of enemies. And we definitely need to take them out from a distance, one by one. But, you know, we ain't got time for that. There's the shot. That gunshot is critical to dodge. I hope Mia doesn't die. She doesn't do very well on these runbacks, and I'm completely ignoring every enemy. Okay, let's go ahead and get some backstabs now. We'll see who's following us. Oh boy. Oh my goodness, what? What is going on here? Okay, well, rip Haze, rip us. Yeah. Okay, so when you notice that, again, when you're dark gifting and you're having some issues, you know, defeating the enemy in a quick, orderly manner,
Isn't that what they say?
you switch it up, and you can completely ruin the enemy. Oops. So since we're Perseus, and we have light and dark together, we can just run over here, kill this guy, and we'll run over here, and we'll kill this guy. So this is the easy mode through the trenches. Since you have quick cooldowns, you have massive damage, you have very short startup times on your gifts. And it just kind of makes this area easy. There we go. Okay. Get out of here. Okay. And let's go for Hunting Feast and Blood-Sucking Blades to get our Ichor back. We'll kill him. We'll kill him. Almost. So if we pair this up with Dark Shout, it does excruciating amounts of damage to the enemy. So we'll go ahead and see that here in the next area, and what a difference that'll make. Okay. And see, we're not even really sweating it here with this stuff, simply because we're going to be dominating here in just a second. And we get 10% more damage. Definitely want to get some strikes here to get some ichor back. Good. Okay, now let's run through here. Whoa. Ooh. Oh. Okay. What? Okay. Wow. Why is this so ridiculous? I forgot that we have, what is that?
Hey, are you okay?
Okay, so we'll go for Sanguine Roar, and we'll go for, we'll go back to the Suicide Spur. Okay, well, you know.
Maybe we should try.
So they're 15,000 on that guy. So that's kind of the ridiculous part about this, is that when you get into these situations and you have zero kind of AoE ability to get onto the enemy quickly and easily, it just makes for a really, really miserable time. Now, as you can see, we definitely have the power and the capacity available. It's just when you get into those big groups, that's when it becomes difficult. Where's this guy shooting? There we go. Okay, so Big Red got in the way there. We'll kill this guy. And we'll go for another Dark Shout. That'll kill that guy.
We'll put that to good
So if we're a
use.
little more deliberate
Marvelous.
with how we actually go through here, instead of just running like a crazy banshee, we can definitely do really good damage. There we go. Kill him. There we go. Okay, so yeah, and also because I'm a horrible commentator while I'm playing, this is actually pretty difficult for my little brain to handle, you know, 2 or 3, 4 things at one time. You know, I gotta push all the buttons on the keyboard and I gotta do all these things. But I really hope that, you know, running through here with these kinds of things gives everybody kind of an interesting way to go about doing their gifting and doing the dark gifting and everything. Okay, so we definitely want to go for a Shotgun Man. Okay. Okay, we got almost 3 guys there in one attack. Let's kill this guy. And then we'll kill this guy. There we go. And we got Mia doing well here. Let's go for a Drain. And we'll just go for a Sanguine Roar and kill him. So that's how that area should go, technically.
The bottom of the ocean is so beautiful.
Okay. I didn't need Dark Shout, but 12,000 damage is pretty awesome. Okay. Let's head on over here and kill this guy. No, I don't think we can kill him in one hit. So we'll get some Ichor. He's going to do his little slash his body thing to get powered up. Well, we'll kill him. 11,000 almost. That was pretty good.
Here's a welcome discovery.
So,
Let's take a break.
as you can see, Elder Contract, Vodnik Mass, and Draconic Stake, as they are exceptional gifts. However, the fact of the matter is that they have such a long cooldown. They have a very, very long startup. They have, you know, single target damage only with 0 AoE built into them. They make for a pretty rough time when you get stuck into kind of an area where you need that quick AoE damage, you need that quick dodging kind of in and out of combat damage. Oh geez.
Up you go.
Let's kill him before he gets out of hand here. and it kills Mia and me at the same time. Now watch this. We can kill this guy through the wall. So that's a lot of fun. Definitely want to go for this guy. As soon as we can kill him, we will. Okay, good. Now we can get a bunch of ichor off of this thing, since the oh, good job, Mia. Since the Brionac has a stagger built into it with the enemy, we can definitely go ahead and kill things pretty quickly with it. Oh, okay. Let's kill this. Let's go for this guy. Good. What? Now we're focused, so we can get a launch on this guy, and we can go for execution. And since we are focused, we have the 50% more damage on the enemies. We'll go for an execution on this guy, and we'll go ahead and heal up here. That guy has such a delay on his weapon that it's hard to actually register when the damage comes out. Okay. Well, at least we got to the execution, or to the Despot, in fairly one piece. So let's go ahead and do this, and we'll go for Mia's communal, and we'll go ahead and get powered up. Okay. Let's go ahead and heal, and we should be able to go through the Despot pretty quick, while not worrying about his little friends that he calls in. And let's go for some other things here. Hopefully that'll help us out, and it'll get us through the cutscene quickly and easily. Okay. Now the main thing here is to go for Dark Shout into execution, as that is the it's just crazy amounts of damage on him. It's like a third of his health bar in one attack. So that's what we're going to be going for as much as possible. Good. Okay. Now we need some damage here. Oh, whoops. So let's go for Drain, or Gift Prowess, and this one, and we'll go for this. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's the Despot. He's actually, he's just a simple, easy boss when you're paired up correctly for the blood gifts to make sure that you're doing, you know, all the right damage in all the right places. He's weak to everything, but you know, you can do any status effect against him. You can do any weapon damage type, and you can do any elemental damage to him. So he is far and above the easiest boss in the game, simply because you can use any weapon, any element, and any status against him, and it ruins his day every single time. But if you do blood damage specifically, that is the damage of choice. You can do other things against him. You can go for a lightning kill or something different, or you can go for like all the 4 slashing blade gifts or something. It doesn't really matter, but blood is the extremely problematic, or the extremely damaging type to him. So I guess we're into cutscenes here, so I think we'll cut it there, and we'll talk to you all in the next one, and thank you so much for joining me on episode 65.